So I'm just gonna film my review like this today, because this is how half of the fucking movie is shot. Hello everybody, so today I am reviewing Transformers 4 Age of Extinction, directed by Michael Bay, written by Aaron Kruger, and this stars Marky Mark, Mark Wahlberg, TJ Miller, Stanley Tucci, Nicola Peltz, Jack Rayner, and that's pretty much the most cast. So yeah, they got rid of Shia LaBeouf because Michael Bay said, "Hey, I don't want to have the same film over and over again. I have the same cast again. So I thought we'd refresh it, reboot it pretty much, and have a new cast." Marky Mark, I'll stop saying Marky Mark. Mark Wahlberg doesn't do the good vibrations in this film. You get good vibrations. That Transformers 4 Age of Extinction is the story that the Autobots are now going to be attacked by an alien race, and the humans don't need the Autobots anymore, and there's something that's trying to wipe out the Autobots because there's an organisation that's going to take them down, doesn't need them anymore, but the Autobots are going to fight back and get rid of this alien race. Transformers, the movie, 1986, is the movie that'll always be the best one. One that didn't need humans, had emotion to it, was a good film. Transformers Age of Extinction is better than Transformers Dark of the Moon and Transformers Revenge of the Fallen, but that's not really saying much. It's still... fucking hell. Michael Bay does not care about audience anymore. He does not care. Yes, there is an audience that enjoys these films, and I understand that. There is a big audience that enjoys these films, because these films still make a lot of money, and the people sat behind me when, if the scene you've seen in the trailer where the Transformer jumps off the building with the parachute and shoots the guns, people behind me went, "That's sick." So that's the audience that enjoy it. The people that were like, "That's sick." Now, I've said that's sick to other things in other films before, The Raid and The Raid 2 and those type of films, but Transformers 4 Age of Extinction is explosions, 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 and fucking product placement. Right, I'm just going to tell you about the product placement here. So, the product placement just pisses me off, because as an audience, you pay to see this film. You do not pay to have adverts thrown at you, but Michael Bay is like, I used to direct adverts, did all the Victoria's Secrets adverts, so that's what I'm gonna fucking do now. I'm gonna throw them all in. So, Transformula is the stuff, I think that's what it was called, is that this company can now make these new Transformer shit, and they can make anything with this stuff. I don't know why I keep doing this with my hands. They can make anything with this stuff, and Stanley Tucci's character is like, "Do you guys like music?" That's not even his voice. And a speaker comes up in his hand. Camera properly focuses on it. Beats by Dr. Dre. It's fucking advert thrown straight in the film right there. Beats by Dr. Dre. The character played by Jack Renner also says at one point, "I'm sponsored by Red Bull now," and there's like logos on his car. So yep, Red Bull at product placement right there. Oreo product placement. There's a Transformer just stood between two Oreo posters at one point. A car crashes into a Victoria's Secret bus at one point and explodes it. This just has so much bloody product placement in it, and it is horrible, because you can have the subtle product placement. If you can look at films and maybe they have one little subtle product placement and that sort of thing, and you can understand that. James Bond is one that is known for this. In the earlier films, they have, like, at one point, James Bond is driving on the street and you'll see a poster for a car, and maybe people will see that and see, like, "Oh yeah, okay, I'll look at that car, so I might get that, I'll get that car," but with this, it's just so thrown in your face, so blatant. The product placement in this is like the product placement scene in Wayne's World. It's so horrible to be thrown at you. This film tries to be self-aware, but it's so shitty with its self-awareness that it doesn't work. With films like 22 Jump Street and that, they have their self-awareness that works. With Transformers Age of Extinction, the self-awareness does not work and just gets thrown out the window. Now, John Goodman and Ken Watanabe now are two new robots in this. John Goodman's character, his Transformer, he voiced one Transformer, smokes a cigar for some reason, not sure why, and has a beard. Ken Watanabe's character is called Drift and is like a samurai. Some people have found this racist. Yes, you can class this racist, because Michael Bay has been known for his racism in Transformers 2 with skid marks or whatever. I don't know what their names were called, but they were incredibly racist, those characters that he threw in there. Very stereotypical. He threw in there, it was very, very horrible. People thought with this, maybe Michael Bay was going to sort of learn in ways and maybe be a bit better with stuff. Nope, it's still the same thing. People thought with Pain and Gain, maybe it was going to be a bit better because of him having his art house thing. Nope. Didn't do better there, still just threw out shit at you. He's very sexist with the stuff he does with the character Nicola Peltz, with her Tessa Yeager. He sexualizes her, and she's meant to be 17 in the film, so it's very weird. She's 19 in real life, but it's very weird that the camera is just focused like on her in these short shorts at one point, just from the back of her. And Mark Wahlberg's character has to keep on like saying about, oh, you have to change into something else, not those shorts. Keep on just saying all this shit. And with the boyfriend that she's got, he's meant to be Irish, the guy, but he was born in the USA. He did move over to Ireland, but he's doing this Irish accent, but you hear like this American accent just keep on pushing through. The Irish accent just disappears for like an hour in the film. This is also almost 3 hours long, and it just drags. There's one moment of the film where I thought it was going to end. I was like, nope, there's something else. I remember there's something that I've seen in the trailers. It hasn't appeared in the film yet, so we still have a long time to go. And there's another point where I thought it was going to end. Nope, still carried on for ages. Fucked up with the Dinobots as well, completely. The Dinobots in the series never had spikes or all this shit off of them. They were exactly the same as Transformers, still square and everything, and properly made, like the Transformers. Didn't have all these horrible square spikes off of them. And that's what they've done for Transformers Extinction, just made them all, look, we could try and make it look like skeletons. No, that's not how they looked. Try and at least do something little for the fans. Don't fuck up something and change what was the original thing of it, that the Dinobots never had these spikes and shit off of them. They were good in the cartoon, in the TV series. They were good, and you just went and fucked it up completely. I'm not surprised at this. I'm not surprised that it was horrible. I posted about this on Twitter. Some people were like, are you surprised that it was horrible? No, I'm not surprised it was horrible. I expected it to be horrible. I went in knowing that it was going to be horrible, but I'm trying to see every single film in the cinema this year. And just Transformers Age of Extinction, yes, it's better than the second and third film. I still enjoy the first Transformers film. It's pretty horrible at points, but it still has its alright moments. And then the second and the third one just turn into a pile of shit. Michael Bay can make alright stuff, and in this you see an action sequence that I thought to myself, okay, maybe this film's going to get better. It's a well shot action sequence, and then everything goes out the fucking window when the camera is below everybody in every single shot. There is lens flare that just randomly appears in shots, and it's like, what the hell were you doing when editing this? It's oversaturated colorizing again, and just Mark Wahlberg does carry this film, but having him play a character of an inventor, it was just so unbelievable that you couldn't believe him as an inventor, and it just didn't really work when he's like, I'm an inventor. I can make stuff. I'm an inventor. I make these sort of things. I'm an inventor. This is the worst Michael Wahlberg impression ever. But that's my impression of him. He's just, I'm an inventor. I can do this. I can do this. Hey, hold this gun for me. I shoot them. I shoot the aliens. I do this. I do this guy. I can do this. That's I like Mark Wahlberg. I do like him in other stuff. But in this, it's really annoying. TJ Miller. I like TJ Miller in other stuff. And I like Stanley Tucci in other stuff. But those two characters, it was like, hey, how many one-liners can we give these guys? Just keep giving them one-liners over and over again. Yeah, just keep giving them one-liners. People will love this. It's one-liners. Keep giving them. Hey, keep having these characters say when the bad guys are after them, oh, they're shooting at us. Oh. It's just, it got really, really annoying. And the bit you've seen in this trailer where Stanley Tucci looks up and goes, oh my god! It's just hilarious to see it in this film. So, Transformers Age of Extinction, I haven't even gone properly into this stuff, but it's a horrible mess. It's product placement horribly shot with the cameras being below them in so many times. I was just like, why is the camera below them? Why is it down there? Why can't... There's not even proper straight shots in this film. It's always below them and it gets really annoying. Horrible lens flare. Yes, bringing in Jogabun and the other Transformer, they're alright. I liked them, sort of, but still, it's the better Transformers than 2 and 3, but we're getting a 5, and it's just, this franchise is getting milked, and Michael Bay doesn't care about the audience. He laughed when people were giving him criticism and stuff. He doesn't care. He won't take on board whatever you say, because that guy doesn't give a fuck anymore. He's making money from these films. People are going out and paying and seeing these films, and he's making that money. And that's that. Like, these films will still be getting made. We'll probably get a 6 and a 7 and an 8. Michael Bay doesn't care. He doesn't care about your childhood. He doesn't care about how the original Transformers were. He's just caring about what he can fuck up the franchise even more. Especially with Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. He's not directing it, but he's producing it. And he just wants to throw in all this shit now. And he doesn't care what people think. He can do product placement in films. And there's people that will still look at that. I understand there is an audience to these films. I understand that people enjoy these films. But I'm not one of those people that enjoys this film. I will always love Transformers, the movie, 1986. That will always have a special place in my heart. But this one will not. And that's my review for Transformers Age of Extinction. It gets a 2.5 out of 10 from me. It's very low. But this film just pissed me off for how it is. Sexist, terrible cinematography. Michael Bay does not care. Explosions, explosions, explosions. Why did you have to... In every single film, he's been making them longer and longer as he goes on. And I'm sorry this review was long, but I just had a lot to rant about this horrible film. So if you've seen Transformers Age of Extinction, say down in the comments down below. If you enjoyed it, or if you hate it as much as me, what's your favourite Michael Bay film? I think if I just look back, it's just going to be the first Bad Boys film, because that was sort of fun. It was alright. That's the only thing I can think of really from him that I'm not too bothered by, and the second one was just bad. But yeah, that is all for today. Do you also like Transformers the movie 1986? Because if you're a fan of that, then you're good in my books. But yeah, don't bother paying to see this. Go and see something better. I'll give you money to something that is good.